Hello, hi, and welcome, dear friends, dear viewers, to this wonderful episode 6 of Blood of the Covenant, Wrath. Now let us go ahead and meet our wrathful vampires, starting with the one and only, the Baron of South Charleston, Abby.
Yeah, I'm Abby. I'm your local indigenous nerd, but tonight I'm going to be your local indigenous problem because somebody's messing with my kids on my property. Let's deal with that.
That we shall. And over to her wonderful, capable, self-assured constable, Randall Parks.
Hi, I'm Josh, E-Day, and yeah, I'm going to be causing problems too. But I got a wife, apparently, so let's deal with that.
Sometimes you just wake up and realize you still have a wife. Over to our next wrathful vampire, Father Alaric Winthrop.
Hiya, Syrinx, she, her. I don't have a wife, and tonight I'm also going to be playing Alaric, who also doesn't have a wife anymore. So we don't, too bad for me.
Skill issue.
It's a game of winning and losing wives here. Throw it over to the wonderful Huddy von Schland.
Hi, I'm Huddy, or Huddy von Schland. I'm a World of Darkness community ambassador, but tonight I'm playing Larkstone, Clan Ministry. I also don't have a wife.
So the wife tally increases. Interesting. Over to the wonderful Druid by Night.
Hello, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on all the social medias, including on Twitch, where I stream. Tonight, I will be playing one Calliope Rose of Clan Tremere, who, sad to say, also does not have a wife.
Steady being bitchless in this chat. Let's go ahead and throw it on over to the wonderful Gilbert Ramos.
Hello everyone, my name is Gilbert Ramos. I am found everywhere online at Ramos Nomad on all the social media websites. Tonight I will be playing Velasco Zavala Asario Lozano, who also does not have a wife. And you know what? If he was meant to have one, his sire would have given him one.
We'll unpack that in therapy later. And last but certainly not least, the wonderful Az.
Hello, everybody. I'm Az, or as I was on the social media, because I think I'm funny. Today, I'm playing Omen, who, while he doesn't have a wife, he is Lark's bitch. So, there's something there, I guess. Yeah, they, them, queer as fuck and not going anywhere.
Indeed, indeed. Hello, I'm Avery, at Avery DuBois on all the social media platforms. I style myself as something of an internet personality. Today I will be playing the rest of the city of Charleston. And without any further ado, we're going to get right back into the hijinks here in the city of Charleston. As we left off, our coterie was running from the Warrens, a bat having alerted the native Nosferatu to their presence. As they got into Agatha Monroe's haven, finding a few things to narrow down their search for the vice, which only seems to lead to one Keziah Mason. That's neither here nor there. It is a rapid dash through the Warrens. It is dark. You're surviving on the guidance of Lark and Omen and Solus to make your way through the dark down here. And there are points where there's tripping, there's a little bit of falling behind. There are some points where you can hear these Nosferatu laughing and gaining ground on you as you run, until you finally see it ahead. The dim lights of the service basement here at the water treatment plant. Bursting through these tarps that they used to cover the hole in the wall that you entered these warrens through, and bouncing up the stairs, bursting through the door, you find yourself again at the edge of that green field. Lights, treatment tanks, smell of raw sewage. But you're not alone. Standing about 10 feet in front of you, crouched down on his bowed legs, pushed his shoulders forward, pushing on his knuckles that are on the ground. You see Badger, the sheriff of the Camarilla. Thought I told you if I'd ever see you again, I was gonna kill you, fancy boy.
Well, what would I do? What kind of man would I be not giving you the opportunity?
I just want to know one thing. You feel like this little joyride was worth it?
Absolutely. Do you?
Let's dispense with the unpleasantries then.
Do let's.
He's gonna make 2 rouse checks. Big note. And he vanishes before your eyes. Now, this is, however, when the door bursts open behind you. And much like a scene in one of those zombie apocalypse films that you hear so much about, Nosferatu come pouring out, clinging to the wall, running on all fours, slavering, ravenous creatures of even more of a motley deformity than Badger himself. A brood of monsters. And with that, I'm going to allow you all to act first.
Omen is getting in between wherever Badger disappeared and Lark.
Okay.
2 questions.
2 answers.
Did I have Sense the Unseen active from before? I want to say I did.
I'm gonna say the scene hasn't changed because I am both benevolent and evil.
I love that. So I have Sense the Unseen active, and then how tall is this room? How big is this place we're in?
You're outside now.
Oh, we're outside. Okay. I misunderstood then. I would like to drink my Essence of Air potion.
Anything else?
Can I move upward?
Sure.
Yeah, I just want to get. If they're gonna get to me, they're gonna have to jump.
Perfect.
That's all I got for this round.
Wonderful.
And then also feral weapons. So
Rouse check.
I succeed.
Perfect. Alark,
just-
Velasco, Lark.
I think I will. Wait for a second because I do see that Omen is like standing still and trying to I guess like Omen, are you, because you said you were between where Lark was and where Badger was.
Yeah.
So
we're-
you're facing away from the horde?
Yeah, basically Omen's trying to keep Lark safe. And is gonna try and book it.
Seeing as we are in a little bit of a pickle here, and there's way more Nosferatu than there are us, and there is a disappeared Badger between us, I will do something that I almost never do, and I will use a blood power. Specifically, I will use Stygian Shroud if I can. In the area, I don't know if I can say like it's everywhere around me or if it's only like behind me. Because it says it blankets the area.
I will give you the choice whether you want to put your Stygian shroud in front of you or behind you.
Okay, I guess that it's a nicer visual if Alaric would turn to face the Nosferatu gaggle, and it would come out of him towards the Nosferatu. Yeah, he's protecting his flock.
Okay. If you could make me the appropriate roll there.
Yeah.
Lark and Velasco.
Lark will turn on Daunt. I don't know. Not a whole lot for Lark to do. She's if people aren't looking at her and admiring her, she doesn't have a whole lot to do.
Velasco will step up beside Father Alaric and say, "Let me show you what pagan magic can do," and he will reopen his ritual scar and cast and use elemental attack.
All right. I do believe that is a certain amount of aggravated damage.
This is just a rouse. This is being a ritual. Just be a rouse check and the ritual roll.
Please continue.
I get hungrier.
Which puts you at
4.
4. Very interesting.
Oh my god, you walked right next to Alaric too.
We're
Yum yum.
yum yum indeed. Would it also be possible to rouse the blood for this?
It's always possible, Gilbert. It's just if you're going to open that wound and then immediately open Alaric's neck that now becomes the question.
Oh, try it, bitch boy. I mean, come on. Go for it.
Yes, Father. I do. We're staking at 4. It's all good.
All right. As that hunger roils up, I think something might occur to Velasco. This time you are the intruder. You entered their domicile uninvited. You have breached your own code of ethics tonight. And I'm sure that won't have any consequences.
Surely not. 5 successes for the elemental attack. Channeling the earth. Hoping to collapse the air where they're flooding out of.
Very well. So you reach out with your Coldonic sorcery, and the concrete of this building begins to disassociate from itself. Begins to crumble. Until it falls in on the door. They're going to be getting out slower. They are still coming. And you're going to need to make a move. Now, Calliope, you're up in the air.
Yes.
That's so funny. You hear a hiss as from above you, gliding down towards you. One of these Nosferatu, it looks like, climbed a tank and has spread its arms out, and these leathery patagia extend from beneath its arms, these gliding, almost flying squirrel-like flaps. As it totally careens wide, misses you by a mile.
Try again.
What is the roll to resist your daunt, Lark, and how many successes did you get on your daunt?
I didn't roll because I just turned it on without addressing it to anyone. It's composure and resolve. I get hungrier. I'm at a 2 dice penalty though. 2 successes with a possible bestial.
2 successes with a possible bestial. 2 successes does beat out Badger's 1 success, though. And funnily enough, in using Daunt against Badger, you are going to get him to break one of his convictions. Because Badger has the conviction to deal with all of his problems directly. As you feel a hand swipe at you before a yell and his obfuscate drops, so many moving parts, all of these Nosferatu coming out, moving at you at different angles. And then, almost like an old episode of Dukes of Hazzard, headlights on you, careening over the fence. Randall and Scarlet, tell me what the mood is as you guys ramp this hill of gravel in your vehicle, Scarlet, careening over the fence.
It is something out of the Evil Dead. Scarlet is already outside of the door before the vehicle's even careened to its full stop. Feral weapons activated, eyes aglow with Eyes of the Beast activated. She is furious. It is half woman, half beast careening out of this car, and whoever is in her way is about to be torn into red ribbons.
Perfect. And with that being said, as the car careening through the air hits the ground, jostle, both of your heads hit the ceiling, but you're kindred, it's nothing. This is just another day at the office. However, Badger was directly beneath the engine block of the vehicle as it slams down into the ground. Dirt goes flying in every direction. And the two of you get out of the vehicle. Randall, what's your course of action as you get out and you see Lark about another half a node's length from the front bumper of the car?
Oh god. I think I'm going to rush into the middle of this group, and they'll be able to see that I've also used my feral weapons to grow massive fingernails. I'm just gonna command them, like, you all have to run. And I'm just gonna stand firm there, pick off any moron that tries to get close.
Wonderful. Scarlet, as you get out of the vehicle, you see Badger clawing his way out from under the car.
I'd like to pick him up by the scruff of his neck and pin him against the fence.
Sure.
Hot.
As you grab him, go ahead and let's do this as a strength and brawl. He is going to activate his potence and arouse the blood, so I will offer you the opportunity to do this.
Would I be able to use Fang and Claw as my bonus die here?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Sweet, alrighty. So, that's 7 successes on a critical for me. But I will say, one of those successes was on one of my hunger die, so...
Good to know. But your 7 certainly does beat his 5. As you grab him by the kind of the scruff of his neck and then turn him and slam him up against the fence. I'll give you a moment of narrative control here, Scarlet. How do you want to proceed with this?
It's so fun to be a guest. Oh my goodness. I get to do this. Just as he is squirming, fence poking into him, I'm just holding him by the back of his throat and I just lean and go, "Oh, Badger. How's it feel knowing this is the closest you're going to have to a prince being inside of you?" And I'm going to tear through his stomach, reach for his spine, and Mortal Kombat style, snap it in half.
Let us see if you do indeed finish him. Let's go ahead and roll strength and brawl with your bonuses for both your brawl specialty and keeping in mind that you have protean and feral weapons active. Are there any other powers you would like to be using here?
No, I don't want to cause a clan war just yet.
Okay.
8 normal successes.
8 normal successes. So, unfortunately for Badger, that is 12 levels of aggravated damage. However, he does have Defy Bane, which will at least reduce that to 6. As you claw into him and snap his spine, you see his legs go limp. Says, "Oh, hey, Scar. You know, oh, shit. You know what? Fuck you." And he's going to headbutt you directly in the face.
Come on, toughness.
That is 6 successes with his potence. That is aggravated damage.
Oh boy.
However, you also have Defy Bane, which is going to reduce it by half.
And a bit of a
So-
goose egg.
Yeah. So for 3 ag, he headbutts you, and you feel the cut open on your forehead, but he's always been kind of impotent. And for the rest of our coterie here, the big threat is tied up now. What is the move?
It's 3 letters. Take a guess.
Tits? Ass? No, that's 4 letters.
The same 3 letters that are Lark's favorite. Are you in?
I thought it was you up, but you know.
It's only 2 letters. That was silly. Lark can't count either.
So
Run.
as
Run.
you all make your
Thank you, sir.
way across this green field and out through the fence, Randall, I need to know: are you following your broodmate?
I think at this point, yeah, he's going to. No, actually, he's going to stop by Badger. Because he fucking hates Badger.
Sure. Sure. So as your broodmate's coterie moves through the fence, you stop by Scarlet, who is holding Badger up at the fence. His legs are dangling uselessly.
This seems to be one plan too many, Badger.
Oh, fuck you, Randy.
No, it seems like you fucked yourself.
This ain't over.
Oh, it is,
Adam?
Badger. It is. And I'm going to throw him to the ground at your feet.
Hmm.
Face down, of course, in the gravel.
I'm going to step on the back of his head.
As you press his face into the mud, I assume the two of you are making a hasty exit as well.
Probably should.
Yeah, I don't need my axe up in this shit. He slipped. Accident. Terrible.
And you get the distinct feeling, you worked with Mariana for so long, Scarlet. You get the distinct feeling he would have never made his way here like this without giving her a call first. She's most likely on her way.
Well, she doesn't want a round 2, so let's get going.
Guess you're right, Badger. This ain't over. I'll see you next time.
You hear a gurgle in the mud as the lot of you cross the street. You hear the loud discharge of a firearm and see that Boa is laying on the top of the RV with a high-powered rifle. And whichever of you was in the back of moving through that fence, you feel a spray of blood. on your back as the Nosferatu that was tailing you is promptly exploded in the chest and then turns to ash.
I hate to be difficult, but I have another question.
Yes, Miss Flying Lady.
Would it have been possible to do Theft of Vitae on a tailing Nosferatu while flying away? I'm hungry.
It would have been possible to do a Theft of Vitae on a badger as you flew away, yeah.
Perfect. I would like to do that.
Roll it for me.
Okay. That would be one rouse check.
You ever Diablerize the sheriff through Theft of Vitae?
Oh, Dad, no one said D word but you. I succeeded my rouse check.
He just took 6 ag.
Oh, well, it's just digging a little sippy. Oopsie. I'm hungry. I'm thinking with my stomach. Wits plus blood sorcery versus wits plus occult. Not the best. 3 successes.
3 successes. He's gonna take a bestial failure here.
Oh, whoops.
Um,
Sorry, not sorry, Badger.
Taking 2 from him will push him to the mythical 6 hunger if he fails these 2 rouse checks from you taking from him.
Not the mythical 6.
No, but it is going to take him to 5, and he is going to start frenzying.
Okay, now time to really leave, guys.
So,
All right, everybody in the cars, go, 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 go.
Yep, sorry.
there's the RV, there's Velasco's vehicle. There is now Scarlett's, I guess, leaving the car here. Because we smashed Badger with it. So, not the way that Lark wants to smash Badger, though. So, as we split into vehicles, Scarlett, you know you have to make yourself scarce quickly. How would you like to do this?
I do not possess the shape-changing abilities that most of my clan do, but there's one thing I can. I can survive. I beeline it for the woods. I think the last thing Randall sees is just a feral-looking Scarlet, blood dripping. She just gives him a look, a nod, before breakneck running to the nearest clearing of trees.
Sure. Luckily you're in a kind of wooded part of town. North Charleston is known for its greenery. And you can find a pocket and make your escape. As the rest of you get into your vehicles quickly, I might add, as Badger is now tearing his flock to pieces, feeding in a hunger frenzy. We're going to take a quick break as we say goodbye to our dear Abby. So, Boa gets down off the top of the RV, gets inside, gets into the driver's seat, starts it up. Velasco, are you taking your vehicle?
Oh, absolutely. Not leaving this here. Absolutely not.
Okay. Solus runs up the back of your pant leg. It took him a little longer to get here.
How are you doing, my friend?
Ready to get the fuck out of here. That was scary as fuck, man. Jesus.
Take your position, and then he'll gun it as he gets in this little cup holder.
And as you all peel out of this parking lot, I need to know who is where and with whom.
I think Omen would have gotten in the car again. Just instinct, because we have one person with firearms capabilities in the RV. I'm not sure if we have anyone in the car with that capability at this point.
Gotcha.
Also, Lark has Daunt on still.
Yeah, that doesn't bother Boa for no reason, so it's fine.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Omen's in the car with Velasco. Am I to assume that Calliope and Alaric are back in the RV?
Yeah, I
That's
think
a
so.
safe bet.
Yeah.
And Randall, are you getting in the RV with Lark?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start with Velasco's Cadillac then. As you peel out, I need to know, are you headed further north on the Camarilla side of the river, or are you trying to make your way back to the bridge across the river?
I think it would make the most sense to get the bridge across the river.
Boa is following the same logic. So as you kind of peel through the streets, hairpin corners, I am going to need a dexterity and drive from you, Velasco.
Can Omen help by pointing out, like, no, man, go that way, no.
Sure, you can add an extra die.
Right, this is just hunger die. Got it. Whoops.
Whoops, all hunger die.
No successes.
All right. Your vehicle is going to take some heavy damage, Velasco. You hit a fire hydrant here, run over a city post box there. People are going to be looking for descriptions of this vehicle after tonight. If not for a drunk and disorderly driver, then for God knows what.
The whole time blaming Ullman for backseat driving.
It ain't my fucking fault, man. Watch where you're going.
Give the directions before I'm in the intersection, Ullman.
Car?
I drive just fine, thank you. I can't take a left when I'm already past the left, Ullman.
Your phone begins to ring, Omen.
Without kind of looking at it, Omen just picks up the phone. Did you get out?
Boss? What are you talking about?
What's going on? I'm gonna need you to make it quick.
We got kind of a problem. Look, that other cook, Jessica, was here,
Mm-hmm.
and she left, and some people picked her up in a black van.
What do you mean about Velasco? No other way.
I mean,
God damn it!
So
Well-
like just black van or
yeah, and I think some shit's about to go down. I'm sitting here in a car. I tailed them, and I'm laying down on the back floorboards, and I don't know what's about to happen.
where are you at right now?
Malden.
God damn it.
I'm at the Easy Breeze Motel. I mean, this place is crawling with fucking dudes, Omen. I mean,
Then why are you still there?
because they cut off the bridge out of Malden. You gotta come from north of the river. They stopped all traffic in and out. They're not letting anybody in.
God damn it. Well, let's go change plans. And just put it on speaker and let.
I keep
Oscar.
hearing them on the radio because I brought the police interceptor thing that you left at the shop. I found their frequency. They keep talking something about a black site.
We're on our way.
All right, what am I supposed to do?
Get the fuck out of there is what you're supposed to do.
How? They've got the whole fucking town shut down, man.
Come get you. Just hang tight. Don't do anything stupid.
All right. On my name is a Suarez. I won't do nothing silly.
Your name isn't. Oh God! Don't give them that. ID. Oh,
All right.
just be quiet. Keep your head down.
Phone clicks.
They got Jessica.
Where the hell are we going, Omen?
We're going to the Easy Breeze Motel in Malden.
What for?
They grabbed Jessica.
Of course they did. When I give my word. Fantastic. Well, let's go
Yeah,
be
no,
heroes then.
it's a fucking bitch, isn't it? You give your word and then you have to keep it. So and then somebody dies. Every goddamn time.
We're going to unpack that on the drive. You know that, right?
We don't have to unpack anything right now. I need you to keep your eyes on the road because that was a fire hydrant.
I didn't feel anything.
With that,
I know
we'll
this
pass-
city.
We'll pass back to the RV as two of them argue like an old married couple. And Boa's driving. He's not saying much of anything. He seems very focused on what's going on. The RV interior still smells of bleach and cleaning agents.
Well, I don't know about you lot, but I think that went really well.
You know, it could have been a lot worse. And while I'm, musing, can I please heal my aggravated damage? I never remember to heal.
Sure can.
Okay. We're back to 300.
Rough.
Yes, Randall, it seems that your employer is quite the formidable opponent.
She is, isn't she? Yes. Well, I'm sure we won't see much, but Scar's gonna lay low. The prince was probably on the way. I'm just happy that Badger ended up a pancake.
I've never quite seen that side of Badger before. Of course, I've seen Badger in different lights, most of them multicolored.
I don't know what that means.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Lark, you see, without even looking back at you, Boa reaches up and touches his earpiece. And then he touches it again. And you notice that he begins to make his way back towards... kind of like he's going back to Kanawa City, but not really. He's staying on this side of the river. You watch him pass the bridge over to South Charleston.
You have a detour in mind planned, Boa?
Yeah, I think you're going to want to handle this. And it's just then that you get a call from Elliot.
She'll show Randall.
You want to pick that up?
Would you?
I haven't talked to that man in long enough, so no.
She'll answer it, but she'll put it on speakerphone.
Now, my darling, are you out gallivanting?
Oh, me, Daddy, I'm always out having a good time.
Well, I'm gonna need to, unfortunately, be a bit of a wet blanket for you tonight, my darling.
What's the matter, Daddy?
I just got a call from the Bloods down at the body shop that your puppy works at. And apparently, Jessica went over there to grab some supplies. And she was grabbed. Second Inquisition, I think. They have a black site set up in Malden. They've cut off the roads, no way in, except for north of the river.
Ark's gonna keep her eyes on Randall as soon as Jessica's mentioned.
He's grabbing onto something like someone's hand, whatever's close by, and he's squeezing
That's my
real
leg.
tight.
Kinda gay, but okay.
I mean, you're close enough. That's fine by me.
Vampires, it's all about being gay. What is it that you want me to do, Daddy? You know, I'm not much of a fighter, and my puppy dog is just one puppy dog.
I've called upon my connection with the milliners that live in Malden. They'll be there to reinforce your efforts. Get your puppy dog, get him real nice and riled up, and let him off the leash. If I need to get you another one, I will. This is not a request, my dear.
No, I'm gathering that, Daddy, and I wouldn't want to train another one. I'll do my best. Who do you require out of the most of them to be alive?
Jessica, bring her back to me.
Of course, Daddy.
Mm-hmm. And that's my little meadow. Honeysuckle misses you. You should come home and get him.
Oh, I'll come home, Daddy, when I'm ready.
Busy, busy nights.
She'll hang up.
And Boa kind of looks in the rear view for a second. Can confirm there's been a report of a single black body has been taken in.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but nobody else knows besides Omen that Boa has any connection to the Second Inquisition.
It is correct.
I'll just give him just the nastiest look.
Omen did text the group chat that the train guards have Jessica and then a pin drop with the location.
Well, Randall, looks like you might get to see your wife a lot sooner than you expected.
Yeah, don't give her to him.
If I can possibly help it, Elliot will get nothing from me ever again.
I'd like to help that too.
And she'll look at Calliope and Alaric. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for my coterie, who have devoted themselves to him in whatever fashion because of the location of where we all live.
I mean, if I don't see Randall slip off with Jessica, well, that's not on me, is it?
Well, I guess get a blindfold, darling.
Do you specifically know what your sire here is making or involved with? He took out one of the like vice pills that he had in his pocket.
Me? Yeah, I've seen it.
He was looking towards Lark.
I only know what Randall has said, that Elliot is behind all of this. I imagine the thin blood he has cooking for him has something to do with it as well.
Oh, that.
Also, don't feed it to a human and take it. It's not worth it.
No, it is not.
Rest assured, I was not planning on taking this myself or giving it to anyone. This is an act of corruption. These pills, all of them, they contain fragments of souls of people.
What?
All of these pills together, maybe a dozen of them, maybe more of them, make up for one soul. Whatever he has been doing, he has been ripping souls, spirits apart, putting them in these pills, putting these people, these souls in torment.
Okay.
Sure.
Lark's dumb. But would she know anything about the Hikata and like what they do with like souls and stuff?
You know, it's crazy because you just asked me this a few sessions ago at
Did
the
I?
gathering.
I'm also
and
dumb.
Made a roll, but we can make another one.
Or maybe everyone else can. But I'll sit here and let them roll.
Yeah, let's go ahead and for everyone in the RV, let's do. I'm gonna make this one wits. I'm gonna say this is wits and occult. Any specialties in either Hekata lore or Oblivion ceremonies do count here.
I'm at 3 hunger, so I'm happy not to roll.
Yeah, I got a bestial failure.
Sure.
That's 3 successes.
I'm rolling like garbage tonight. 1 success.
All right. Randall, all you can think about is in its I think it as it drives your hunger up 1. All you can think about is that you can't remember the last time you saw Jessica. The details of her face are dimming at the edge of your mind. As much as she has forgotten who she was, you had busied yourself and discounted her for dead. You took Elliot at his word. Even when you had discounted all of his other lies when he told you that she had passed, you didn't press.
God, I'm such a fool. I didn't even think that he might have told me a complete lie about my wife. Why did I believe him?
He's very good at that, Randall.
Doesn't matter what he's good at. I thought I was free.
No offense, Father, but there's some saying that I heard once, something about no one's free until all kings are murdered and priests are strangled, something like that.
Oa looks up in the rearview mirror. No man is free until the last priest hangs from the entrails of the last king.
Like I said, something like that.
The
Or
point I was trying to make is that I am not intending to give your sire anything.
to quickly resolve both of the other rolls really quick. Calliope with a 1. Rhododendron and her chantry are not concerned with what passes the veil of death past the embrace.
Mm-hmm.
The magics you learned are very much about vital forces. So this is well beyond your purview.
Yeah.
With 3 successes, Solaric, your clan and the Hikata share knowledge of Oblivion, but the different aspects. You've begun to dabble, begun to reach, begun to see what you can access. With 3 successes, you would know that either Elliot has been digging beyond his purview to figure out this drug, or he had help from someone who knew what they were doing. He had help from someone who knew spirits and knew the necromantic arts of oblivion.
Well, preacher?
Safe to say that if your wife is around, she can go with you. I will certainly not stop it. But the fact remains, I think we've already shown it before. I don't think we are fit to walk into a hunter den.
I'll be there. And
Mark
I
will-
certainly have a bone to pick.
Lark will look at Boa and look back. I don't know, it didn't work out so bad for me last time.
I have no doubt in your conviction to save your wife. And it seems we have an in. And he casts again a glance from Lark to Boa, apparently.
Yeah, when Lark says it worked out fine last time, Calliope gives her a look. Last time?
Yeah.
It's not
Go ahead-
relevant
go
to
ahead, darling.
it's not relevant to the current circumstances. What is
Oh,
relevant to the
come on,
current...
darling. You don't want to tell about the time that we got together. Not everybody loves to tell that story.
Look, the only thing that's important is that I used to work for First Light.
Could
I was boots on the ground in Vienna. I know what I'm doing.
Could I insight check Boa when, not specifically now, but when Lark was saying like, oh, come on, darling, like, don't you like talking about our first time? I'm very curious to see how he reacts to that.
I'd like to
I
insight.
can't
how,
insight Boa anymore. I've tried so many times.
I like to
Can't
insight
do it
how
anymore.
true that used to is. Good lord. Yeah, I'm seeing red after he said Vienna. So I rolled one success again.
Just
I
like me.
I'm gonna spend a willpower because I really want to have a little bit of insight on him. 2, 4, 6.
By a margin of 0. Meets does beat. You see that there is a real moment of embarrassment as Lark brings it up. There is at least enough of an emotional connection here that he's embarrassed of talking about their first time together. And Calliope, you get nothing. He is stone cold.
I think she tries to focus on trying to see how truthful he is, but thinking about how he was at Vienna is just it's weird. It's unbelievable to her almost. How such a boogeyman could be right in front of her.
We're gonna have to go in from Riverview. We're gonna have to take the county road down to Malden. It's gonna be a rough drive.
And
Or-
you're going to need to stay out of sight lest your comrades find out that you are alive.
Correct.
Yeah, did I insight that?
Sure.
2 seconds ago. Oh, I won't insight him. I can't insight him.
I
anymore.
haven't brought that up. Wait, no, Avery, I haven't brought that up yet, even though I have my suspicion.
No, let me have this. Let me have
I haven't brought that up. 9 with a messy critical.
9 with a messy critical.
That's the first time I've rolled well on an insight check.
He tastes suspicious.
Yeah, but I'm at 4, and I just said 4 hunger. as well.
You You know, I made a handy dandy fun little alternate effects chart here because I've been doing some stuff weird. And you don't always have to do compulsions and raising hunger when there are messy things. What I am going to ask of you here, Lark, before I respond to your insight check, is could you make me a composure and resolve, please?
No. Another messy critical? For 4? Does that help? Does that help you?
Sure does. So Boa tenses. So you ask, you beat him by a margin of 4. He says, yeah, I've just gotta stay out of sight and keep moving. Everything should be fine. You don't think they think he's dead?
Okay, I'm gonna do something really stupid then, because I'm really hungry. Unless you'd like to give me a consequence first before I do something stupid.
I am. And I think
Great.
it's going to be the something stupid that you're doing.
Okay.
He hid something from you. Another man is hiding something from you. And you leap into the back of the driver's seat and maul the side of his face. You're going to take one of his eyes with your fangs. And you are not just biting to feed. You are ripping pieces off. Again. For the second time in 9 hours. And
Yes, please.
we're going to say that he's going to take... He's going to take 3 levels of superficial damage as you tear into him.
Is I bionic?
Not the one you took.
Good. How much can I get? If no one stops me, I'm gonna take
Oh,
everything.
yeah. No, I'm not gonna let you
You're-
attack this man and
You're at
just
least
let it
gonna-
happen.
You're at least going to get 2, but I have to make a dex and drive for him right now with a
Yeah.
dice
I'm gonna flip
disadvantage.
us. I'm gonna flip us. And I'm fine with it.
Velasco's Cadillac is only so big, y'all. This please don't wreck the RV.
2 successes is enough for him to pull the car over and throw the e-brake really quick while he's trying to keep you off of him. But yes, anybody who would like to interfere at this moment, tell me what you're doing and how you would like to accomplish this.
I'm assuming Randall is also gonna act up. But my intention. No.
He's got my back.
Okay, well,
It'll be my
Well-
new boo thing.
Lark is just literally attacking this man who is in her service. So she no. Alaric will quickly stand up and just try to pull take both of Lark's upper arms and try to pull her away from Boa.
Go ahead and make me a strength and athletics, Alark.
Can it be strength and brawl?
If you don't mind hurting Lark in the process, yeah.
Oh my god, beat me up, babe.
Oh yeah, no, I don't mind.
Oh no, not the priest hitting me.
It's
Hot.
not hitting you. It's
Hot.
trying to continue from killing someone.
No.
Projecting my dreams onto the game.
What?
What?
Look, whatever you want to say in the confession box is whatever you want to say in the confession box.
I'm gonna fuck this priest.
Sexy priest, sexy priest.
3 successes. I
The
am
Lark's
going to
thinking.
spend willpower on it.
3 successes, you said?
Yes, but I'm doubting if I should spend willpower on it.
Well, before I answer with how many successes I rolled for Lark, I need an answer.
Spend the willpower.
Sure.
Son.
Sure.
This really fucked me up.
No. No, I won't.
Oh,
That's-
do it.
That's 1 extra. That's 4.
Okay. So you're going to win with a margin of 2. Lark is going to take 2 superficial damage. As you take that... Well, take some narrative control here. How are you going to remove Lark from Boa?
The moment Alaric is literally on Boa, Alaric will, and starts mauling at his face. Alaric will reach up and put his hands on both of Lark's upper arms, pulling her back with his hands like that and saying, "Control yourself!"
And she'll just start screaming, "He's lying. He's a liar. Someone tie him up. Someone get him out of this truck."
Okay. Randall gets out and walks around to the driver's side, opens up the door, and just kind of drags out this. Well, I guess I don't know his name. So this guy that got eaten, and like I take his own shirt off and I wrap it around his head, and I take the other half of the shirt and I wrap it around his wrists, and I just kind of chuck him in the back of the RV.
So as you rip the shirt off of him, you feel something press to your chest. He says, "Relax. If I pull this trigger, it's going to send a stake through your heart at roughly 3,452 feet per second.
Well, we'll see if you bleed out first.
I don't want to hurt you. I don't
want to
any of
hurt you.
And you see that you're actually close enough. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a 1 dice bonus in this, Randall. You've been dealing with the Second Inquisition on Scarlet's behalf for a long while. Give me a wits and awareness with a 1 dice bonus.
5.
You see that his remaining eye, that a circle of light lights up around the iris, and you can almost, you're close enough, you can almost hear the mechanical movement of the eye. It's just, I'm missing an eye. I'm feeling really fucked up. Sure.
1, I want to say that when you were talking about the eye, the camera zoomed you in for some reason, and it was perfect. But 2, the RV would have stopped. I know I said truck. The RV would have stopped at this point, right?
Yes.
And Velasco and Omen have noticed that we like screech to a halt.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the
for
thing:
sure.
is no one has responded to Omen's text yet, and so Omen's gonna call Calliope.
We'll get to that momentarily. As Boa leans in to you, Randall, he says, "We get your wife out, and we call this square."
Sure thing. But I am not being driven by a man with 1 robot eye.
You can drive if you want. I'm not that attached to it.
Not anymore. And I'm gonna throw him in the back of the RV.
As you throw him in the back, you do see that he has set up the very back portion of this as a small armory. There are firearms of many sizes and calibers in here. You see that there are bulletproof vests. You see that there are grenades in here. You see that there are a few. They look like knives at first glance, but you can see at the top of the scabbard that they have chainsaw blades running on both sides of the knife blade.
That's pretty damn cool.
What, you want one?
Yeah, I thought that was implied.
Look,
Look,
I don't owe any fucking loyalty to First Light.
good.
I just worked there. And I tried to get out, but they found me again a few weeks ago. And just take the fucking knife, man.
Can Lark hear any of this?
Certainly not
Just
being
be
quiet.
screaming this
Yeah,
whole
no-
time.
no
And just,
being quiet.
just hysterically screaming that. And like,
Okay.
why wouldn't you tell me? Why would you lie?
Because I knew you'd act like this, Lark.
I will tear out your other eye.
Fuck. God damn it.
We won't be doing such a thing.
And he
Lark,
tossed
as much as I appreciate when a man puts his hands on me, this one does not take to my blood. He's not affected by any of my power of presence. Sometimes you have to slap him around to get the point across.
Boa will toss one of the Ripper knives to you, Randall, and he'll also toss you the keys to the RV.
You gonna want any blood to heal up that hole in your head?
You see, he opens up a small metal. It almost looked like a footlocker for a moment, but as he opens it, you hear the hiss of a pneumatic seal, and gases come up out of it. And he reaches in and he says, I'll take care of it. You see, he pulls out something that looks like a cauterizing iron. He says, you're not going to want to see this. You can just close the door back here and I'll take care of it.
Don't tell me what I do and don't want to see. But I do have somewhere to be.
And as the scene will shift for a moment to Calliope's phone ringing and being Omen, now we're going to go to our actual break. See you back here in just a little bit.
Actual break.
Hello and welcome back, dear viewers. Through a little bit of editing magic, it was just a second, but for us, that second lasted a lifetime. And with that, the call, Calliope.
Hey, why isn't Lark answering her phone? Did you guys get my message, or?
Oh, you sent
What?
a message? Hold on. Oh, okay, yes, okay, we're on the same page. Lark was a little.
What do you mean you're on the same page? What happened? Why are you guys stopped? Hold on, Velasco. They're right up there. If you just gently pull off to the side.
Velasco will aggressively just pull to the corner.
God damn it!
Yeah, Lark got a little wound up.
She okay? What happened?
She's fine. She's just mad. Hey, did you know that Boa took a trip to Vienna a while back? Isn't that super weird? You don't know what that means.
There is absolute silence.
I imagine you can hear Lark screaming hysterically still
Yeah.
in the background.
And Clyde be like, she's fine.
What? Okay, you said everything's fine, but like, can you put Lark on? Maybe I can talk to her. Just like, is she hungry or what is it? What is it? Who's a liar? Who's a liar?
Like I said, Boa has a lot of explaining to do.
I bet he does.
So I assume we're all going to the same place.
Yeah. You got the location.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you still want to? I mean, I could try to get Lark on. I don't know if she's in the mood.
You know what? Just maybe you just let her go, and
I think
she'll
she's earned
calm
it.
down eventually.
I think she's earned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She absolutely has. Yep.
Okay. Well,
Are you sure you
So-
don't need help or? Because we should probably get going before they get more people over there.
No. I think we're good. She's got a lot to let out on the way there.
Okay.
Meet you there.
All right.
Call me if you need anything. And hang up.
It is during this Alaric that you also get a call, but it's from an unknown number.
Oh shit, I have a phone?
Yeah.
I guess recently, since I'm not in the cam anymore.
Yeah.
It's an unknown number.
Mhm.
I think he generally will pose a question in the van, in the RV, and will say, "Do you normally pick up a random number that you don't know?"
When I was human, God no. Now, who knows who it could be? That is to say,
Okay,
probably. Yeah. Probably should pick it up, see what's up.
he presses the can't. I mean technology with him. I don't.
It's gonna be spotty. It's not gonna work. Well.
Make a wits technology roll. I think it's less than 2, it blows up.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, can I maybe hand it to Calliope to press the button and put it on speaker?
And I'll just hold it to Lawrence, or far enough distance where he can talk, but not enough distance so he won't blow it up. So yeah.
I'll try that. So I will say
Go ahead and give me that. Still give me that wits tech. We'll see how long of a phone call you get.
A standoff of veins. Calliope not getting too close to the father not getting close to the phone. Who will win?
About
Okay, let's see. 2 successes, but that's a 1 on my hunger dice, so that potentially be a bestial.
Okay. We'll deal with that in a second.
Okay, so I do hold the phone out and I say, I hold it out to Calliope and I say, would you mind just pressing the button and putting it on?
Oh, right. Yeah, sure.
Did you hear from the phone? Alaric, are you there? And it's Keziah.
It actually takes him a moment to reply. It takes a few seconds. Why are you calling?
Wow. That's cold even for you.
It is not. You don't usually call. You usually just show up.
Well, you aren't at the house, so.
Yes, I'm away on some business.
Wouldn't happen to be, what just happened at the North Charleston water treatment plant, would it?
In your territory?
In my territory, yes.
It would be.
Are you alright?
That does not matter. We should, you should stop by.
I can't. I sent one of mine to your house. I can't leave. The prince is holding me accountable for what happened tonight. It happened in my domain, and I don't know how much time I have, Clark.
They're going to what give you?
going to destroy.
You-
I think she's going to destroy me, Lark. Look, I can't leave the cemetery, so if you could come by in the next few nights, I would appreciate it.
Oh, I'm so conflicted about this. If my path will lead me there, I will be there. I found out some very interesting things tonight.
Yeah, that'll happen when you go digging in a Nosferatu warren. I love you. And the phone hangs up.
Yeah. He very awkwardly holds out his hand to Calliope to get it back, fully knowing that they all heard that.
Yeah, she'll just gingerly hand it off and be like, that was
Thank you.
tense. Yeah, no problem. Well, we're all working through something tonight, it seems. Lark, are you good?
Lark is probably not going to stop screaming until Omen shows up.
All right.
And you are certainly going to be under your compulsion yet again.
Every night.
However, it's right about this time that as Randall shuts the back door to the RV, Velasco's now pretty beat up Cadillac pulls up behind.
What did Locke earn now?
God, I wish I could tell you.
So here's the thing, we got a bit of a messy situation going on in the RV. Lark's screaming her head off, but apparently they knew about what was going on with Jessica.
Who did?
Calliope was saying, yeah, we're on the same page. And then she was asking some questions about Boa.
Well, this should be interesting then. I think we might have put enough distance between us and the disaster area.
Here's hoping.
Let's take
'cause
a
we're going
moment to
into another
bond
one.
then. Perfect.
As the two of you get out, Randall, you're still around the back, and Alaric, Calliope, and Lark are still inside the RV.
Why are you getting out of the car? We have to go and save Jessica.
Well, if you see back there what's going on with that car, it ain't going to be any sort of getaway vehicle.
What the hell happened? You get trailed by the Nosferatu?
You ever have a gangrel in your ear while you're trying to make a getaway?
Yes, there was one time.
It's quite
We got
distracting.
away.
I think someone else should drive then, Mr. Velasco, if you are not feeling yourself. There is someone in the back that you can freely take blood from if you are feeling so inclined.
We
I
need
am
him.
quite inclined.
No,
What do-
no.
Sweetheart, what happened? Like,
Shall we not
Lark's
kill anyone tonight?
covered in blood, right?
Yeah.
I think Lark still has an eyeball hanging off of her dress.
Oh, let me... Baby, what did you do? Just grabs the eyeball and just kind of drops it to the floor.
I don't like it when my playthings lie to me.
They'll do that. Not me.
Randy, what do you need him for?
To help us go in to the Inquisition.
You can do that while he's a bit anemic.
Yes,
No.
he can.
No, We can't. We need him in as whole of a state as possible.
We don't, though. Right now, this is our little strike force. He provides intel. He's good for nothing else.
She's gonna grab onto Randy and like sort of just short, so she's just sort of grab onto her. I fed off of him so violently the other night or earlier tonight, I can't even remember, and he was fine.
Yes, but how many more times do you expect that will be fine?
I don't know. I don't know what the hunters have done to him. They've augmented him in some way.
Yeah,
Maybe we should find out.
His remaining eye is robotic. So let's leave him with as many of his remaining pieces as possible, including his blood. The father will be annoyed at you, and so will I, if anything comes to this man.
Well, then we're going to have to make another
Tired
stop.
of men
and
being annoyed.
Your
We can
dearly beloved will
always-
have to wait then.
You can always use him as a distraction. Have him dropped off at the front, kind of thing. Lark.
Is there blood in here? Do I know if Boa would have kept any blood in here?
Actually,
for sure.
yeah. Last section, he said that there was blood in the fridge for us.
Okay.
Oh.
Lark will go over to the fridge door and just like throw it open.
There are 12 pints of blood in this fridge. So essentially 12 rouse checks worth.
Help yourself, Mr. Velasco.
Thank you kindly, Miss Stone.
Can I? I don't want to.
Yes, Calliope, of course.
Oh, thanks.
I won't kill him. Yet. I need to talk to him. You may stand outside the door if you want to.
You want to talk to him now?
Yes, I want to talk to him now.
Okay.
Omen, you're a much better driver than anyone seated here.
Thank you for noticing. I'll get going.
I really wish you had been here because I don't think you would have stopped me from tearing into him or would have stopped the father from stopping me.
That is absolutely correct. That fucking piece of shit. Just getting into the driver's seat. And I'm gonna rouse the blood as we make our way.
I will take a blood bag as I walk to the back of the array.
I was about to
Take
ask
one as well.
how will this work? Because you said, you can stand outside of the door, but if we plan to be driving, do you mean then like on the inside? I'm
Yes.
assuming? Okay.
Yeah. Essentially the way the back compartment of this RV works is that it looks like the back of the bedroom, but the little closet actually has a false back panel that moves into the final section.
Okay. Okay.
So we'll go ahead.
Myself.
We'll go ahead and start with that. Yeah, any healing that anyone would like to do now is certainly the time. Keep up with that. Let me know when I get around to you. Well, we will start with Lark. 5 on the drive. Noted. As soon as you open that back panel, you smell burnt flesh. You smell medical supplies. And you see that currently Boa is taping a gauze pads over his now missing eye.
She'll get as close to her face, his face. I don't know if he's laying or standing.
He's sitting.
She'll get right up in his face. You should have known better than to lie to me.
Yeah.
You sit there and you talk about how much you love me and how much Elliot is manipulating me and how you want to take him out for me. But you lying to me.
Yeah.
That's all you
People-
got to say. All of a
people-
sudden.
People lie to the people they love all the time. Lark.
I ain't lied to you. So what does that mean?
You just fed me your blood when you thought I didn't know. You want to talk about manipulating someone?
Because you were a tool, I didn't walk up to you and say that I love you.
No, you didn't. I didn't walk up to you and say that either. You remember, I told you you needed to leave. I didn't shoot you. I knew what you were from the minute I laid eyes on you.
Yeah, and I seem to recall you saying that you wanted me all to yourself. Could have shot me then, too.
You know I wasn't going to. You know, if I wanted to, I could have took you out any number of times.
Yeah,
But I don't want to.
but you do want to lie to me.
Because you're impulsive. You're irrational. You've been manipulated beyond your belief. You don't even know who you are. So how can I trust how you're going to react? How you're going to process? How you're going to form a plan of attack?
Well, now you know what it's like when you lie to me.
I'll just have to get better at it then.
Or you could tell me the truth. I ain't lied to you about nothing.
You certainly haven't told me all the truth either.
Well, unfortunately, my brain's a little scrambled. As you said, I don't know all of the truth about myself. But here's what we can do. You want to build trust. You're going to do whatever it is that you promised Randall you're going to do to save his wife. You're going to walk up in there with your injured eye and missing a few pints of blood. And you're going to tell them all about nasty Lark who bit into you. And whatever information they give you, whatever they do for you, tell you, help you with, you're going to tell me. And if you lie again, I'm going to stick my puppy dog on you.
Look, I can get everyone in. I can get us into the black site. Once we get in that motel, it's going to be on you all to find her and get her out.
That's fine. I'm
They're
speaking of future things, Boa.
I don't think I'm going to have much of a future after tonight.
And why is that?
Look, as crafty as you think I am, the people I work for are worse. They're gonna make me. I think they already have an idea. They're just trying to use me for what little I have left. And what little I have left is walking in here for a fucking thin blood cook. So once I deliver you all there, I'm useless to them now. I'm a made asset, compromised. And I knew that. From the minute I drove you and Henderson's fucking body off of that train lot, I knew that I didn't have any time left.
If you're trying to make me feel bad for you, Boa, it's not working.
I don't need you to feel bad for me, Lark. I need you to do what I fucking tell you for once.
It is the wrong time to start getting an attitude with me.
Wrong time for you, only time I've got.
Could Velasco, after drinking the 3 of the bags, insert himself into the same room as this little lovers quarrel was going on?
The room is only quite big enough for 2 people, but you could stand in the doorway of this fake back panel of the closet.
I would love to.
Mr. Velasco.
Pardon me, Miss Stone. I just wanted to make sure that you are alright. Wanted to see if I could offer my expertise.
Oh yeah. The nail puller.
You know my work.
I'm familiar.
Would you like to see it up close and personal?
I'd kill you first.
You could try.
All right, boys.
But that's up to Miss Stone.
I only like boys fighting over me, not whatever pissing contest this is.
What would you like done with him, Miss Stone?
I don't know, Mr. Velasco. He's talking all sorts of poetic, like that he's gonna die, that he's useless now to his former bosses. And I just can't tell if he's lying because he's just so damn good at it.
Well, you are in luck. I have a particular knack for piercing the veil of people's misconstructions.
Well, that might be very useful. It just seems so very strange that as soon as he's caught in his lie, then all of a sudden he can't perform his duties for the Second Inquisition anymore now that I ask him to do it. So strange.
Well, that leads a very, very simple solution, I think. The question is if he can perform his duties, correct?
Well,
I assume you would
you s-
prefer... Please, continue.
You say you can't. You say you're a made asset now. All of a sudden, once we get Jessica out of there, even though we were going to get Jessica out of there without your help. You made some promises to my brother.
What are you asking?
You say that you will be a made asset after that is completed. That the Second Inquisition will no longer want you. You're burned.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, now that you're caught in your lie.
It's not all of a sudden. You just haven't seen the lead up.
Oh, it's maybe because you didn't tell me.
Because you'd act like this.
Regardless, I assume, Miss Stone, that it would be preferable if he actually was a made asset. Actually was unable to return to his masters.
You're gonna have to lay it out more clearly for me, Mr. Velasco. I don't understand what you're driving at.
I will make him unusable. I will make it so that he can never return to them, that we are his only option. Tonight he will walk into the dragon's den, covered, gilded in gold and meat. He will be mine, and they won't want him, and he'll have no choice but to return to us. And if he dies, well, that's just one loose end for us gone away.
That's all well and good, Mr. Velasco, but he made promises to Randall, and I'm not willing to burn that bridge, not yet. I just found my brother again.
He can still perform his duties. It will take them some time before they can identify him as one of us.
You're gonna have to get that permission from Randall. But as of the
That's
moment,
all.
unless Boa can offer some sort of assurances, some sort of explanation, some sort of promises of
Can you do that,
truthfulness.
Boa?
I
Can
told
offer
you the
us
truth.
Look into my eyes, boy.
Call me a boy again, and I'll have you eating your own fucking fangs, you piece of fucking shit. God, I'm so tired. This fucking game's over. Fuck you, the horse you rode in on, and everyone that's ever fucking known you, you piece of shit.
See, now that there, I believe, that's the modicum of truth. That rage there.
And Lark will just go, Randall?
What do you want?
Mr. Velasco wants to take Boa for his own. I understand you made some sort of deal about your wife. Work it out.
Afterwards.
The question
the
is,
deal.
the question is, Mr. Parks, if he's loyal now. We can't count on anything sending him in. They'll even fulfill his end of the deal.
Have you met a lick before?
What, you talking to me?
No, Velasco. Have you met a lick before?
One of us, of course.
And, how many of them would you say are loyal?
One.
Then you have answered my question and put a hole in your own plan.
I do forget why Daddy picked you, Randall, but I see it now.
I suppose it's not a question of loyalty, then, Randall. It's a matter of he will have nowhere else to turn.
That is an issue.
You know this is why they fucking hunt you guys, right?
He will speak when spoken to.
I'll speak whenever I fucking want.
Randall?
We need him mortal. They have ways of knowing.
It is getting very difficult to control my temper, Randall.
I don't need to know that.
I see. This is how they get. This is how you all fucking get. It's getting hard for me to control my temper. You sound like a fucking Reddit incel.
Boa, what are you doing?
The game's up, babe. I don't have to play nice with your little fucking dickheads anymore. The only one of you with any kind of fucking backbone is the fucking priest, and that's hilarious.
Randall, do you believe that I will keep my promise?
How the hell am I supposed to answer that? I don't know you.
You don't know this creature either.
He has something I want.
And I'll make sure you get it.
That
Look.
I can believe. So if
Randy-
anyone
Sorry. Randy, you've helped us a significant deal. I feel we owe you that. If this is really what you want, that's fine. Velasco, let's not rob Omen the pleasure of hunting down this bastard should he betray us later. Then I'm sure you can have whatever's left.
This is a mistake. I'll push no further, but I wish to make my gripes known.
they're known.
Duly noted and accounted for, Mr. Velasco. You can all tell us, I told you so later.
I intend to. Miss Stone, should you need my services, I think I will sit with the driver and give them a taste of their own medicine.
I think I'll do the same thing.
And as you all depart the back, Boa will cast a look over to you, Randall. Just so you know, I'm not doing this for you. I'm not doing this to live. Jessica was the only one of Elliot's servants I ever felt bad for. It seems like somewhere under there she's was a decent person.
I hope she still is.
You're gonna have to do a lot of digging.
Yeah, well, if this is all bullshit, then I suppose we won't have to worry too much longer.
You need assurances or not?
You got any?
He takes his earpiece out and holds it out to you.
I take it and I put it in.
You hear some kind of militia, military jargon going back and forth. Country Road 6 is a code green. Black site on lockdown. So I don't have anything to hide. I'm gonna need that back though to get us in. And I'm also gonna need to drive us in, and you're all gonna need to keep out of sight.
Easy.
Good. I'll finish prepping back here and get in my uniform, I guess.
All right. I hand him back the earpiece.
He puts it in, and I will give you all a moment to interact in the cab, and I will be right back.
Lark goes right into where the pull down, what is it called, Murphy bed is, and just starts ripping the mattress.
Are you sure it wasn't a left turn there, Omen?
I am absolutely positive.
Positive we don't need to make a U-turn.
Nope, we don't need to make a U-turn. This is exactly where we're
sure?
going to go. I am absolutely positive.
Traffic's a bit
Sweetheart,
clogged up
you
ahead, I'm
feeling
sure.
better? Because pieces are flying everywhere.
She's not answering. She's just cussing and tearing at her mattress.
All right. So I take it things aren't going too well back there. Give you any information that was useful, or
No.
cool. That's just fucking great. All right. He getting us in?
Yeah, seems like we're gonna hide in the car and he's gonna drive us right in there.
Is he
Alright.
now?
I mean, sweetheart, is it okay if I talk about it now? Because I feel like something happened.
She'll just go, I don't care.
All right, so that SI son of a bitch, can we? What's the plan with him now? Is he going down in a blaze of glory, or is he actually going to help?
That's
He's
a great
gonna-
question.
He's gonna help us in there, and then you can do whatever you want with him. Not my business. Lark, as far as I'm concerned, he's yours. But I just need this one thing.
It's fine, Randall. Like I said, we owe you one. Everybody gets what they want. Let everybody have what they want.
Doesn't sound fine.
Well, it's not, obviously.
Right.
All right. Well, you know what? We'll talk about that afterwards, sweetheart. But what's the plan actually going in? Because it's on lockdown right now. Don is stuck over there because he tailed him. That's how we got the location. So at least we got one other backup. I don't know if he brought anything with him. Dear God, I hope so.
I didn't get
Yeah.
to mention this
Mhm.
before, but when Elliot called, that's how I found out.
They all come together. All right. Oh, what?
Hey, he called Lark. He said that we would have Hikata back up.
Oh, so Matt's coming, or did he say how many? No, just
that we'd have backup.
just blew that dog whistle. Sweet.
Let us also keep in mind that whatever Melanus he puts there will want to take Jessica with them.
Yeah, that ain't fucking happening.
Right.
Well, my baby brother happens to be among them, and I'm pretty sure I can convince him to let us take her.
Oh, is that who that was?
Apparently, I didn't know it, though, until he told me.
Lark, you do hear a voice creep up the back of your mind. That deep darkness swells at the corner of your eyes, those giant serpentine yellow eyes in the dark. And what about what I want?
Yes, everybody wants something. Everybody's gonna get what they want.
No. No, they are not. Please continue.
Okay, so we know how we're getting in. What's the plan getting out? Because they've closed off the bridge. They got it. Did he tell you if it's locked down already? Because I only know what Don told me for the most part, which is they're getting ready.
It's just as clear. Why don't we strap a bunch of C9 to Boa and blow them up?
I have a strange question for the storyteller.
Sure.
What's the weather like tonight?
Calm. Surprisingly calm.
Understood.
Like the
No rain
deep
clouds.
breaths before the plunge. Like all of Charleston has gone still in anticipation of what happens in Malden tonight.
Understood. Not a rain cloud in sight.
Not a one.
Understood.
However, it is at this point that Boa comes out of the back in a full black and red fatigue with his Second Inquisition patches, bulletproof vest, earpiece. He says,
But
the plan for getting you all out is simple. You're going to get Dawn, you're going to make some calls. You're not going to be able to get south of the river. And he looks at the clock. You're not going to be able to get back to Kanawa City by dawn. Probably going to have to find a place in Riverside.
Who do we know that's in Riverside?
Well, Alarc's church is in Riverside. That's one option.
I was about to say,
Okay.
You also know that Don and Jerry have been communicating with a group of Thin Bloods in Riverside.
Oh, okay, that's where they're at. All right.
That haven at the it's one of the union offices. It is the CWA local 2001. The communications workers.
Okay. All right. So we just gotta find somewhere nearby.
You do know that Don told you a few nights ago that the CWA owes him a favor. So they might be able to find a place for you to haven in Riverview.
I know a couple people over there. Once we get down, we'll have somewhere to crash. Be enough for all of us.
I can track down Jessica once we're in. I can find her pretty easily.
Yeah, they'll probably have at least 2 guards on her, especially with the last time they tried to catch a Thin Blood. Hopefully they don't have her strapped as well.
Right. Well, I can find her. I'm sure y'all can deal with the rest.
And I mean, unless they fucking bumped up the security in this place, probably go in through a window once we figure out where she is.
Would it be the wisest idea for everyone to go in, or for people to also stay back?
Oh no. Boa, what kind of security is there?
It's a black site. You're going to be swimming in it.
I can make my way through without causing too much of a ruckus. Who else can keep their head down?
I mean, oh, go ahead, Claire.
Oh, sorry. I'll tell you what. I'll let you decide. I can lead you to it pretty easy. I'm not the quietest person here.
Do you need to be inside of the building to show people where to go?
I can basically follow the trail, only I can see it.
You're going to need to send the priest in too.
Oh, I have a question.
And
Yeah.
why is that?
Oh,
Because you'll fuck with the cameras.
Oh.
how much of a ruckus would it cause if you brought in a what's that word that you like to use all the time? Blank body.
Too much.
Enough that people would be distracted.
It would be too much of a distraction in the case that if I showed up with another blank, they would most likely execute Jessica. They don't like having more than one blank at a time at a black site this small. Too many variables.
And we're the monsters.
Alright, so everybody make sure your heart's pumping.
Yeah.
And with that, Omen's gonna activate Flush of Life.
Me too, but Lark definitely shouldn't go in.
I am at 4 hunger.
No, there's blood bags. Blood bags.
How many are left?
I took one.
Velasco took 2. That's 1. There were 2.
I took
Calliope took one as well, right?
So I took 2, and then I healed, failed my rouse checks, and took 2 more. If that's okay. Or I could be at 3 hunger.
No, okay, so, and then Alark, how many did you take?
0, buddy. What a question is that?
Drinking blood in
Um,
front of people? The shame. Wow.
I had to ask. Lark. So there are 2 pints left.
I'll drink the last 2 and go down to 3 hunger.
Yep, because Bags slakes half for
Half for me.
Oh no. Take some for me. How much you want?
I would need 4.
No,
go
we'll
down
drink
to 2.
we'll drink the last 2 pints, so that gives you 1, and then how much do you need after that? 3?
2.
Yeah,
Or
we
two.
need down 2.
Go for it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's
the Valkyrie is right there.
let's stop here for a second.
I'm just saying.
No,
We're
on the
already
ripped
partially
mattress, on the ripped mattress, and Lark is like angry, crying, blood tears everywhere. Just pull you in there, and we'll take care of business that way.
All right then. And Calliope's just gonna awkwardly look away, like, okay.
I'm at
Omen's
3
just
again.
Omen's just like getting out of the driver's seat and just whisked away.
Boa sits in. As this goes on, the drive is going to take about another 15 minutes.
Okay. In that case, Randall will sit in the front passenger seat, and at an appropriately close distance, he's going to activate Unseen Passage, Silence of Death, and Ghost in the Machine, just so he can be there to watch Boa as he goes through the checkpoint.
Boa looks over to what appears to most people as an empty seat. But you see again, Randall, that LED circle around his iris flashes. He says, "Get in the glove box."
Really?
He reaches over and opens it, and grabs out. It looks like almost like a long lipstick container. He says, "When you're ready to make your way out, you're gonna twist the cap 2 clicks to the left, and you're gonna want to get the fuck out."
He just
Any-
nods.
It's an initial 1/4 mile EMP radius, and then a 17-gram thermite charge.
There's a wry smile of appreciation.
So that'll be enough to keep them occupied and cover our exit. Thanks for
Alright.
keeping her level, Randall. And
I didn't do that for you.
continues to drive in silence. Till about 15 minutes up the road. Gets stopped, and I'm going to have to make a check for him. And
Oh,
check
could
for
we
them.
have spoken up a little bit after
Sure,
the feeding
go
scene,
ahead,
or not
Go
at
ahead.
all?
No, go ahead. I'm going to be making some rolls here, you horny bastards.
This is all serious.
Yeah.
Please,
Uh,
go at your leisure.
once.
So how
you
close is
guys-
Alaric watching?
No, he's not. He's not getting close or anything. He's just
So
literally.
this
he
is why you
watches
joined
it,
Elliot's parody.
and he just like in utter silence, he lets the scene continue on and finish. There's no emotion visible on his face as a reaction to this. Unless someone wants to pick in while you guys are doing this, after you're done feeding, and as you, I imagine, like a little bit dislodged from each other or not at all. That's up to you. Alaric will look at Omen and say, Omen.
So Omen had taken and like tried to wipe the blood off of Lark's face and then just licked it away. And then would have like lifted her up onto the table and bit into her thigh.
On the table, so we're doing it in front of everybody?
Yeah. Omen doesn't
sure.
care at this point.
Neither does Alaric.
Calliope's just right there, like, all right then.
Velasco was holding
Alaric,
sitting
I'm
there,
like
just like,
Calliope and Alaric were at the
All right.
table.
Well, hold on here. If this is happening in front of everyone, I need rouse checks from everyone.
Aw, beans.
I thought everybody was in front.
It's an RV.
No,
it's
fam.
one open
No, fam.
thing.
Okay, alright.
No, Lark loves this. Lark wants everyone to watch. Lark's super into this.
So I passed my Blush of Life
Honey.
check a while ago, but I gained 1 hunger with this scene.
I also passed my blush of life before, but I also gain a hunger from this.
I gain a
Lark is really tasty, guys. Everyone take a taste.
No, thank you. Pass.
the Valkyrie is right there.
So it's horny hours. It's
Yep,
horny hungry
okay.
hours in the car. Please
Correct.
continue.
So as Alark speaks, Omen's tongue licks up Alark's leg to close the wound.
Oh no, he's waiting until you're fully dislodged. He's not gonna start talking to you while you're in her thighs. Good heavens, boy, get a grip.
Good heavens!
He's gonna wait until you've dislodged.
I'm so sorry. I have a picture now of Owen putting Lark on the table and Lark going, good heavens.
Good heavens!
If
None of
the
my
first initial
salad.
reaction would have been a mouth that falls open a little bit
My
at this
Christian RV.
play.
In my Catholic roleplay server? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, still a little bit. So he would wait to speak up and say Omen until you've dislodged from her thighs.
Oh, yeah. You alright, father?
How many times have you done this? Together.
What do you mean?
This, exactly. Drank Shudder's blood or her blood. How many times have you
That
done
seems like
that?
a real personal question.
A lot.
It isn't. A lot.
Owen's got some real tasty blood. Lark. Should give it a taste.
Miss, should I assume that you know exactly what happens when you drink another one of our kind's blood? A lot.
I was born at night, but it wasn't last night, Alaric.
I like being close to the people I care about.
There's a difference between being close and being manipulated. Between not your feelings not being your own. Or is that being close to someone?
I mean, I cared about Lark before it happened, so.
You can say that however you want to right now, dear boy. It does not matter if you've drank her blood a lot. You would be saying all kinds of things right now. That's how it works. And I'm betting you know that.
And he looks at Lark specifically.
I've never asked someone to do anything with my blood or without it.
It's not about asking someone to do something. It's about the feelings that you put in there. It's about taking someone's individuality away from them. Doesn't matter if you haven't used your power over him yet. Doesn't change the fact that you still made it so you have power over him.
I'm right here.
You are right here, Omen. And it's completely up to you. If you ever want to drink my blood, it is always here on offer. And I liked you
Doesn't
too before you
matter.
drank it.
It doesn't work like that when you fully bonded with someone to say it's always here. They don't have a choice.
I don't know, Father
anymore.
Winthrop. You seem to be chattering an awful lot about the blood bond. You want to tell us about yours?
Want to tell us
We're-
about yours?
We're pulling up to the checkpoint. I'm gonna need everybody to keep out of sight, please.
Omen's gonna offer his hands out to Lark and pick her up off the table. I was gonna go hide under the bed.
That's where you want to go.
Look, I didn't know exactly what it would do, but I wasn't stupid about it.
Roger, Songbird coming in for a landing in checkpoint 4.
Let's talk about this later.
I'm gonna go back into the closet. And I will go to that false panel and hide behind it.
I took no dots on obfuscate, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
Go somewhere.
I just hope no one's gonna open that back panel. Yeah.
So for everyone who's staying hidden, I just need to know, Alaric, what's your plan? And Velasco, what's your plan?
I would say Alark, because you said the back panel is squeezable by two people,
two.
yeah?
For 2 people, yeah.
I would say Alark could go back there, but I think, Calliope that would probably be bad.
No, do it. That'd be so funny.
No.
Okay, yeah, I get back in with Calliope.
Oh my god.
You said it. Bet.
Horrific. I should never speak.
You know, I'm also dressed fully in black. If I just lay face down on the seat, maybe they won't notice me.
Alaric, as you squeeze into the back, something does catch your eye.
Oh.
Above all of these firearms and all of the munitions in here, you see a small pendant on a chain. A pendant you recognize. It is the likeness of Saint Jude Thaddeus, the patron saint of impossible causes and redemption.
Alaric is not gonna take that. He's not the ceiling type, but he does look at it and it. Yeah.
Velasco, where are you hiding?
I have a strange question.
I have a strange answer.
So, through Coldonic sorcery, I have attuned with all of the elements.
Mhm.
And with elemental shelter, I could meld into an element. Air being one of those. Could I just be...
Ubiquitous?
Yes, just a thin mist, or the oxygen in everyone's lungs, or whatever
I was gonna
happens.
say, we're all breathing now, so we're just gonna breathe in Velasco.
Take me in.
The Voldery is right there.
The Voldery is right there.
I'm going to say that I will allow you to dissipate into the air.
Excellent.
I will also say that there is significant risk in, part of you being let out if the door or window rolls down, and you know what I mean?
Elemental Shelter has that covered. Whenever I come back in the same spot. If the element is gone, then I go into torpor, basically. But it puts me back in the exact same spot.
Just torpor. Cool. All right. Do what you...
Sorry, I just meant the SI shutting off the oxygen.
Just shut off the oxygen. Kill everything. We're good. It's okay. If Velasco goes in torpor, we have a cage for that.
We
Go
out
ahead.
here, as they say.
Go ahead and make the appropriate sacrifices, rolls, adulations, etc.
Velasco's real good at hide and seek.
I'm so good at hide and seek. Fucking hide and seek champion, 40 years.
He becomes the wall. He becomes the floor.
I am the lamb.
You've had sex with the landlock.
An extra curvy piece of driftwood just hanging out. Just like, damn. All right then. This is
I'm real excited about Oxbow Lake.
Yeah.
That is 5 successes. So I'm golden.
You have dissipated, as it were.
I will say it because it's not on a crit. I'm still visible through things like Sense the Unseen, or to normal sight, like a Wits and Awareness roll with difficulty equal to the margin of the ritual roll.
Roger. So you pull into the checkpoint, Randall and Velasco, you will be able to observe this, but no one else. Boa rolls down the window. Pulls an ID card. The guard standing at the window takes a look at it. Have a safe landing, Songbird. He just gives a nod. Says, if you could take the left lane, they're just going to run you through the scan. Normal stuff. He said, yeah, I know. I appreciate it. Thanks. He pulls off. And I have to make a wits technology roll to see if they pick up any blank bodies on the EKG scanner that you drive through.
Would be funny if they would. They just
Would be
didn't
funnier
see,
if
like
they didn't.
would they just see like a mist light up? They're like, "What the hell is this?" Like it's supposed to be blank body, but it looks like
Just a
mist.
pocket of air doing the Dougie.
Honestly,
I
that's...
want to see that.
Pocket of air doing the big man Blastoise thing that's been going around.
I do wonder what it looks like with Sense the Unseen when you see the mist velocity.
You ever roll 7 dice and get 0 successes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Rough for you.
frequently. Almost always.
Yeah.
Only as a GM, though.
Yeah,
Fucking
for
true.
real. The RV pulls through the scanner and keeps driving. I want to
Gonna get
stop.
fired.
Great security.
The Second Inquisition, famous for having the best security.
Does a Lark say that out loud? Because he should.
And as you drive into Malden, and Boa kind of hits his fist against the roof twice to let you all know that you're good. Malden is a small little kind of pit stop. It's a pizza place and carry out. It's the Easy Breeze Motel. It's another motel. And a little ways north of Malden is the golf course that the rich people from Charleston go to because they don't want to golf in the city. It's quiet. It's mostly residential, and it's right on the river. And of course, there is Sanderson and Sons funeral services here, which is where Matthew told you that the Milliners have their setup.
When we pull up, Omen's gonna call Dawn back.
Rings twice. This is Don Suarez. I'm a little bit busy right now.
It's me.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Look at your goddamn caller ID before you pick up the phone. I don't have time for this.
What's a caller ID?
Do you see the RV? Or not?
And you see a ways down the street, a car trunk pops open slightly. Yeah, I see.
Alright, that's us.
If that's really you.
No, we're not doing that. You spend too much time with Dranky. No.
Speaking of, I think he's on his way.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
He got a boat so that we can hit the river. Drop a car. Yeah, I called him because I didn't know what else to do. It was taking you a while to get here, and I was kind of freaking out. Sorry, boss, but I called Janky.
He's one of my best delivery people, so it's fine.
He said he'll be here in like an hour with the boat.
An hour? What, an hour from the time he talked to you, right?
Yeah, that was like 40 minutes ago.
Okay, good, because we're getting in and out real quick. All right. Hey, Boa, can you pull up to that car?
Yeah. He pulls up. Why are you so close? They're gonna see us. They're gonna see us. Omen, why are you so close to my car?
Because we're trying to get you out. But you know, you could always just stay in the trunk when everything goes off, and then have to find a new person.
He scrambles out and like runs up in the RV. Oh, hey, Lark. Not the time.
I was muted. Hey, Dom.
How are you?
I've been better.
Sorry to hear that.
Okay.
Anything I can do to help?
What all did you bring with you, Don? Or did you just show up?
He takes the backpack off and sits it down.
There we go.
All right. Well, I had Jerry cook me up another bit of experiment number 4.
Mm-hmm.
And he sits down like a very bloody mason jar. Sits down. Let's see. I got, I think he called it a whizzer bang. And he pulls out what looks like essentially a 2-liter bottle with 7D batteries that have been duct taped into the sides of it and several wires coming out of the cap. And there's a small paper sachet that is kind of dangling above some kind of murky red-green liquid.
Was that the thing you guys set off in the yard?
No, this is the thing that kind of well, you know, we've been using to dispose of the I can't find a funny way to get around. It's what we've been using to dispose of bodies. We just put it in a boom.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a really high-powered acid.
Well, guess what? We know what happened to Jessica then.
And then the only other thing that I brought, I don't like it, Omen.
Which is, we're on a timetable here, Don.
He pulls out a small black ring box and opens it for just a second. And you see as it opens, a ray of sunlight comes out of it, and then he shuts it really quick.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No. No. Okay. All right. Okay.
I didn't know if it was useful. I just know it's bright. I know it won't do nothing to a person, but other than like maybe blind them a little bit.
We're gonna call that Plan Z.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it'd help or not.
All right, we ready for this?
Yeah. I imagine that Lark and I have come out of the closet. Well,
I mean, now if you think now's the time, Calliope.
I think we're past
Lark is
that.
already out there, miles away.
Right.
There was floating that Lark shouldn't go. That's probably a good idea. Is Boa going in?
He's getting his guns ready.
I have a question. Does anybody have a way to make me invisible? It's just a question.
Dawn, did you bring any of that shit with you?
The Heidi juice?
If we're gonna market this, we got to come up with better names, man.
No, I couldn't get it. We couldn't get the hair of a possum. We went out looking. I couldn't find one on the road.
Why do you need the hair of a possum?
How hard is a possum hair to find?
Harder than you think. Oh, hey, I haven't met you. Hi, my name's Don Suarez. It's nice to meet you.
Randall.
Oh, you're Randy.
Yes, I am.
Oh, Carrie talks about you a lot.
Well, I'm glad news gets around. You're a thin blood, ain't you?
Guilty as charged.
I have plenty of use for you. If you want the advantages that come with it.
I mean, I'm kind of
Plus-
working for Omen right now, but I'm sure if Omen's okay with it, we could do some work together.
So
I'm not really the
perhaps
cook though. That's
standing
Jerry.
around here.
Yeah, Boa's driving with one hand while he's checking his firearm with the other.
Well, I will do my best to make myself as small as possible, and I will remove my big hat. And I will take my shoes off because they make noise. I don't think that'll give me any dice advantage, but she's doing her best.
Velasco will emerge from the thin air. At this point, I believe they prefer the term duskborn, Randall.
I don't mind thin blood though. Sometimes we get
Whichever.
called thieves, and I'm not huge on that one.
I've not heard that. Only the TBs and Dustborn.
Hey Don,
Yeah.
why don't you tell Randy what you call us?
Thick bloods.
I like that. Thick.
With
That
like
suits
3
me.
C's, if I remember the conversation in the break room correctly.
Yep, 3 C's. That was Jerry's idea though. But like I was saying, Jerry's the cook. If you want some of this,
Oh, I
stuff-
don't worry about cooks. Useful, but no. Thin bloods overall, I have a lot of respect for.
It's impolite to roll your eyes, Father. Besides, I think you could do with the use parlance.
He didn't roll his eyes. I don't know
That
if I
was me.
looked like I did, but he didn't.
I do roll my eyes.
Yeah, I didn't.
I also rolled my eyes, but I'm wearing sunglasses.
Gotcha. I caught I got the one person that didn't roll their eyes.
So what happens here is Boa is going to pull the RV in at the marina on the river here, where there is a kind of place where people park their RVs to go boating, because that's a common intersection of hobbies here in Charleston, West Virginia. And he says, all right, whoever's going in, you should be armed. There should be something for, well, every make and model of firearm has a make and model of person, so.
I have no dots in firearms.
Me
My
neither.
composure's not great, so
I make explosives, I don't use them.
If Boa's going
We're
in,
gonna
Lark's
do
going wherever
wonderful.
Boa is going, to her detriment or not.
No.
At this point, are we all just going?
Are you sure you want to go, sweetheart? Like,
Absolutely not,
Okay.
but Boa didn't like my plan of using me as a distraction, which is the only thing I'm really good for.
I mean, if you want to take and hang back, if anybody comes out, you can hit him
Not
with that
particularly.
glare.
If you
I
want to
think
stay
if
here,
they're-
Lark, I can stay with you.
If you prefer
No.
different company, I could stay with you as well.
You think you'd be much more useful in there than I would?
Perhaps.
Well, looks back. I think getting in and out quickly and having as few people in there as possible is going to create the best result.
All right. Now what kind of motel is this?
Like quality wise?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. We're seeing what kind of attitude we're walking by it with.
it looks like a roach motel, but it also has the kind of canvas tarp tents around it. There's been a new razor wire fence put around the motel. They've gone full black site here. There are spotlights, there are platforms with people on radios.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, given the situation, I think you and Calliope should go in, Randy.
Yeah, I can deal with that. It'll be quicker if there's just us three, I'm assuming, Boa.
Yeah,
Okay, let's go.
I still
Oh.
think we should take the priest.
I was about to say I don't feel like I need to go in, but
I'm sorry, I keep calling you
most-
Alaric. Sorry.
thank you, Bo. What is your actual name?
Bo was fine. Don't worry about him.
Do you want to be called that?
It is who I am now.
It's not an answer, but then I will call you Boa.
I think having the Reverend would be a good plan, especially with what your company has going on,
Yeah.
and with what you have going on. You're gonna kill those cameras pretty quick.
Alaric is rolling up his sleeves and he says,
I am not taking a firearm, though.
Oh, yeah. Because
Respectfully,
out of
Father.
everything we do, killing is wrong.
Respectfully, Father, I think this is not the time to count on the what is it? The armor of the word and the sword of the will.
Faith can move mountains, my boy.
You know what else moves mountains? Explosives.
Look to Father Alaric.
I appreciate your insights in this, Boa. But I will choose whether or not I take up a firearm or not.
All right, Calliope,
You
got
have
everything you need, ritual? Or sorry, Father, didn't mean to interrupt you.
"Oh no, you can actually. It's fine if you talk to Calliope. He's gonna ask something specifically to Boa. Not meant like loud for everyone to hear, so you can totally ask something to Calliope. He'll say to Boa, the symbol in the back, the pendant. I'm assuming it's yours personally.
St. Jude, that is.
Why don't you take it with?
I would, but we are disallowed from carrying religious symbols while on duty.
Doesn't have to be visible, my boy. Specifically with the
I'm not-
goal
I'm
you
not worried about
have.
And it served its purpose. I'll come back and get it before we hop on the boat or whatever. It'll be fine. I'm not interested in it right now. Lark, thank you. We should get in as soon as possible and get out. And he'll cross himself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. Alarka does the same.
All right,
Cool.
Clappy, you got everything you need?
Sure do. I will cast Illuminate Trail of Prey with my target being Jessica.
Make me the appropriate roll.
Intelligence plus blood sorcery. And if I blood surge now, will it remain for the remainder, or will I do it twice?
I will say it'll last until you get inside of the black site.
For
And
the
then you'll have
audience, the blood surge for the scene is a Huddy homebrew thing that is not from the core book.
That's right. I always forget that. I'm so used to it.
Fuck
We
it,
use
ball.
it. Yeah, but no,
well, I'm gonna
it's a
blood
good-
surge anyway.
It's a good rule. I like that rule. We use that
I
rule.
think I'm the one asshole in this group that still doesn't use that rule. I'm such a dick. I'm so sorry.
How dare you?
Alright.
Shame.
9 on a crit.
9 on a crit. As you begin to work your sigils and burn your blood, Calliope, you see this trail of green vapors begin to rise from the floor. Smells. You know what? Roll me a wits and I'm gonna say academics here.
2.
So you can pick out the smell of 2 herbs. Bergamot and oak bark. You're not sure what relevance this has, but it may be relevant to something in the future.
Right.
So, the trail of prey is before you. You just have yet to set out for it.
Well, it's ready. Let's go.
Thank you. Lead the way. You won't be able to see me, but I will be there.
Nice. Okay. And I will lead the way, and I will get stealthy when it's needed.
And for everyone going in, this is where I ask for a dex and stealth.
I'm going to obfuscate as well as doing the deck stuff.
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead and I'll say, since you're using Ghost in the Machine too, go ahead and roll that as your dex stealth plus your obfuscate, and we'll just say
Dex
that totals the,
obfuscate.
that'll total all your bonuses, I think.
Damn, son.
Damn,
I will,
son, where'd you get
I'm not
that?
I'm not the stealthiest, so I will rouse.
Yeah, I had to browse.
Yeah.
And just sitting there with Velasco mapping out the exit strategy. We're just gonna jump, get on the boat.
6.
6.
I'm gonna keep it like that. 4.
You know, with the dice pool I have, it could be a lot worse. 3.
Now I have to roll for their detection.
Does my Oblivion add anything to that? Even though I'm not using anything, so I'm guessing not.
No. However, y'all managed to make it up to the fence undetected, pulling the wire clippers out of his vest. Boa goes to work, cutting an entry. And you make your way to the back door of the Easy Breeze. He puts his back up against the wall, looks around the corner. Well, why don't the father and I hold the back door here? You go in and get her.
Sure.
They won't have cameras inside. They don't want anybody to see what happens inside.
Okay, Randall, I assume you're behind me. And I'll just walk in.
Yeah, I think once we're inside, I'm going to drop Unseen Passage, but I will be using Silence of Death.
Okay.
So you'll be able to see me again.
I'm gonna ask. So you can stay roused if you rouse another dex stealth in here, because you are going to be avoiding patrols of Second Inquisition in the hallways, ducking into rooms, things of that nature.
As they leave them, Alaric will kiss his rosary and say, "Lord, protect her."
You got a chance to hear a quick confession, Father?
Of course, we are waiting here. I'm all ears.
5 successes for you, Randall. How many for you? 4. Okay. Against, let's see how many successes for them to try and detect. 1.
Where is Velasco's hide and seek missed when you need it?
7 dice, 1 success. Crazy. So you manage to dip into rooms, move quietly, swiftly. And as you stand outside, Alaric says, "Forgive me, Father. It's been some time since my last confession. I have not received haven't received communion in 8 years. And, I've just done too much. Even before I met Lark, I was not a great person, Father. I carried out my orders and I didn't care who got hurt. That's all."
Time doesn't matter. In the end, all that matters is that at this moment you decided to reach out. No sin is too big to be forgiven for you.
To interrupt, you hear a gun go off, and Boa reaches out and puts his hand out in front of you, and blood pours from his palm, but you hear the bullet hit something metallic inside of his hand. He says, "Get down." And he rushes you around the side of the building behind a dumpster. We'll get back to that in just a moment. Feeding in to the building. The trail of prey grows stronger. You're close, Calliope. Where you come to a door that you can veritably feel her on the other side of.
I don't have heightened senses, but I'll press my ear to the door or look through the keyhole if there's one to see if there's anybody in there with her.
You can smell her blood. You can smell human blood.
I have heightened senses.
You can hear someone in there with her. Tell us everything you know. No. She just looks up. Fuck you.
I'm gonna quietly test whether the door is locked, and if it is, I'm gonna just knock.
It is not locked. As you knock, you also hear the gun go off outside.
I push open the door and I plunge this fucking ripper knife into the neck of whatever human's staying here.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me that. I'm going to roll their defense at a 1 dice penalty because they were literally going to open the door and you opened it in their face.
That's why I was looking. 6 for the messy crit.
6 with the messy crit. Easy. Increase your hunger by 1. Because as you come through the door, this human, he goes to pull up his shotgun, but you plunge that knife in, and as soon as the point makes contact, the blades begin to whir. The chain blades begin to whir. And it just starts spitting gore out of the side of his neck back over your shoulder. Calliope, there's another human in here, and he is raising up a rifle towards Randall.
Yeah, I was gonna say at the same time I would have, checked if there's anyone else, and if I saw them, I'd pounce on them and just bite. Or
Sure.
use my, bite.
That I'm gonna call that strength brawl.
Okay, I'll rouse. Alright, success on my rouse. Messy crit? 3? Or no, 4 on a messy crit. Sorry, I can count.
4 on a messy crit. Now I'm going to use my new chart that I made for myself here. I think an appropriate response to a messy crit here would be over aggression. You are going to attack him so vigorously, you are also going to inflict some harm on yourself.
Okay.
As you rip into him, you're going to do a level of superficial damage to yourself as well.
Okay.
Are you taking everything from him?
No witnesses.
Sure. We will resolve that stain later then, as you will take his life. Randall, taking the one in front of you's life with that ripper knife does not violate any of your convictions, so I will not ask you to take a stain.
I knew I was going to kill people when I came here.
Yeah.
It was part of the job description.
And you see, for the first time in 30 years, your wife. Her face is bleeding, and it looks like they worked her over pretty hard. But very quickly, the gunfire outside turns into not a little bit. This place is turning into an active war zone. She looks up. Randy?
We don't have time. I'm just gonna catch her in a hug and try and figure out how to get her out of here quickly as possible.
The easy thing would be to just break the chair and let her stay handcuffed until you get somewhere safe.
Then that's what I'll do.
Okay. Exit-wise, are you going back out the way you came, or are you gonna try and go out the front? You could just jump out the window in this room and take your chances hot stepping it if you wanted to.
Ooh.
That is quite the choice.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Mhm.
I was just going to say, do we hear people coming up? I'm sure we do.
Oh, there's people running around on each floor, moving to windows. You hear windows breaking, more guns shooting from inside.
Let's jump out the window.
Yeah.
Roger. So we'll go back to the marina for a moment. Whatever conversations you were having have been cut short by all of this gunfire. But it has also been cut short by a high-powered air horn from the river. Hear the
God damn it, Janky. Alright, right here. Don, get Lark. Get Lark in the boat.
Come on, Miss Stone, we gotta go.
Yes, I can hear it, Don. Thank you very much.
All right. And as you all exit the RV, you see that Janky is not alone. Janky has all of his Thin Bloods with him, all of his particular gang of Thin Bloods. And they're not quirky auto shop workers like Omen's gang. These motherfuckers look like they kill people on the regular. They're about as rough and tumble as they get. They look like 1%er bikers, survivalists, wilderness experts. They look like a bunch of hillbillies.
Leave my nerds alone.
And Janky looks up. What, are y'all coming or not? I mean, I don't have all fucking day.
Lark will be like, Janky Peterson! We'll just get on the boat.
Omen's got a rifle and is getting ready to shoot anyone that's coming for us.
Sure.
We'll wait until everybody's out. And
Back,
keeping Lark safe.
back to the building, back to behind the dumpster, Alaric, where your position is being peppered with bullets.
What is your idea for us standing here? I don't know if they're gonna come back our way.
I don't plan on fucking standing here for long. All right, look, this thing's on fucking wheels. I'm gonna use it as moving cover. You stay down.
I'm going to help you, and I'm going to do no such thing. I think I'm the most bulletproof out of both of us.
No, you're not. Not these bullets. Look, these things hit your flesh. They light on fire. Stay down.
I will, as long as you don't put yourself in danger.
Yeah, well, I got a plan for them. And he's gonna make a quick strength athletics. Good. He puts his hand on the sort of handle that's on the back of these dumpsters and starts to push it, moving your position as he moves back towards the fence where he cut you guys in. He says, all right, we're gonna get here. I'm gonna be right behind you, but I'm gonna stop every few paces, put some fire back down. Everything's gonna be fine. Keep your fucking head down.
Do you love her?
Yeah. Stupid as it fucking is. Yeah.
And you should decide if you will come with or not. You do know that there's a big chance if you come with, you will end up as us.
Here's to hoping. Keep your head down.
He will do it, but he's not going to leave Boa behind. If he says, like, oh, I'll be a few paces behind each time, he will actually check because he's not. Yeah, he doesn't want Boa to, quote unquote, sacrifice him in some way.
Go ahead and make a dex athletics.
Yes.
Oh god, why did I have to start rolling good now?
Oh. Yeah, perfect moment to spend willpower. That's the best it's gonna be. That's 4 successes.
Okay. 4 successes. So, as you move from this dumpster, Boa puts a hand on your back and is using you to steady as he shoots. As you move kind of in this half crouch movement, he is firing. You are being fired at. And then the loud discharge of a high-powered rifle, and you feel a spray of hot blood against the back of your head and feel his hand drop away from you.
My intention is to, so basically he got us closer to where we started, right?
Yeah, he's gotten you to the alleyway where you can make your way back down to the marina.
Okay. My intention, the moment I feel the shot being fired and I feel his hand loosen, the lark curses. He goes, fuck! And he turns around. and his intention is to pick up Boa, however wounded he may be. And if he doesn't feel like, if they're still being fired at them, he will once again use Stygian Shroud to cover them as he tries to leave with with Boa in arms.
You see that as you turn with Boa, he's heavier than he looks, and he looks heavy, but you can manage it. But the more prescient issue is he has about a basketball-sized hole in his chest.
Okay, yeah. He, wanting to just get away from this as quickly as possible, I'll rouse for this. Success. He will use Stygian Shroud to block off basically all side from where they would be going. So that anyone on the other side who are firing at them, they can't see through this. And as he is doing this, weirdly enough, because he can concentrate a little bit to do this, he is praying in the meantime. As he is commanding these shadows to block the view, he is praying, and he will, with an arm, take up Boa's body, and he's not going to move all the way back to the RV or anything like that. He wants to move just around the corner with the Stygian Shroud covering them, and he will lay Boa down. Once he does, he will take Boa's head in his hands, and will say, "Can you hear me? Are you still here? Focus. Give a nod, give a sound if you can still hear me. You're going to be fine."
We'll revisit that in just a moment. For those of you leaping out the window, Dex and Athletics, please. To stick a landing. What?
Oh.
5.
Both of you easily hit the ground running. No superficial damage needs to be taken. You were on the 3rd floor, busting out the window. You're vampires. You'll be fine. However, it is the prescient rain of gunfire that you walk into, where both of you are going to take 3 superficial. However, you realize this is not a one-sided firefight. This is not them all shooting at you. You can see Henry Milliner and several black cars with people crouched indoors with assault rifles pointing at the building. But you don't have enough time to stop and make gander here. You run. And for you, Randall, carrying Jessica as well, you're not going to be able to make it to the marina. You know you have to split off. Calliope's fast enough. She'll be fine. You got what you came for.
Oh, yeah. I think he's getting really hungry at this point, and I think there's definitely a lot of subconscious impulses that are just driving him to sprint, and he just kind of hits Calliope on the shoulder to let her know that he's going off in a different direction. And he just gives a wink, and it's like, I got what I want.
I'm glad. See you around.
Don't do anything stupid.
We'll see.
Yeah, and I kind of watch her sprint ahead of me as I'm slowing down, and then I'm just gonna take the path of least resistance towards the rest of this kind of town is probably too much of a
Yeah.
big description, but yeah.
I think what would dawn on you, Randall, is that Jessica has a cousin that lives out near Redwater Bend, which is about another 5 miles out of this town into the country. It's away from the city, but if you needed somewhere to hang out for the day, which, to be very clear, it is about 4:38 a.m.
I mean, he holds on to Jessica real tight and keeps running. I don't think he cares at this point.
You'll at
He just
least be
needs
able
to
to get
go.
into the forest. And
Yeah.
what will happen from there? Who's to say? But Calliope, you make your way to the marina. You see Janky on the boat with his thin bloods, everyone piling on. Still no Alaric. But as we focus back to holding Boa in that alleyway, you get no immediate response. It takes a moment before just one finger on his left hand twitches. Could be nerves. It's hard to say.
He he takes off his scarf and he puts it on the chest to somewhat try to staunch the bleeding. And he just picks him back up. In both hands, both arms, and starts walking with him, saying, "Since you can still hear me, I'm putting the choice in you. Try to hold on. Try to survive until I get you to Lark, and you get what you think you want. You're gonna have to be strong for that. If you don't want that anymore, now is the time to finally let go. And I will be here." And he's basically carrying him, moving at a quick pace back. He also heard that there was going to be a boat, so he assumes that everyone would have left the RV by now, would have made their way to a boat if there is one. He's going to move there and see if there is one there yet or not.
There
Yeah,
is.
yeah, Omen's standing up there waiting for Alaric.
And as Dawn comes out to help you and Alaric get Bo onto the boat, Dawn says, "Look, Omen, the sun's coming up in like less than an hour. We need to get you guys under the deck. We're gonna pack everybody into some boxes, and I called the boys over at the CWA. They're gonna let you all sleep there. We're gonna have to move you in during the daytime."
Fine, good. Clappy, you good?
Yeah, great, fine.
Okay. All right, go. All right, Don. We'll get down. Get ready.
All right.
As Alaric, he walks over to Lark with Boa and says, "We don't have long. He genuinely loves you."
Is this not something that can be healed?
He
No.
can
By
try.
Kay?
No, Lark, this is way past what your blood can do. For fuck's sake, he's missing an amount of gore from the inside of his chest the size of a fucking basketball.
If he's
There's-
still hanging on right now, it's his choice that he made to be with you. I am not going to intervene, even though I have my own opinions on it. It is you now. You get to make a choice. But he did confess, and even if he were to die right now, he would be at peace. He keeps behind the words. That's more than you can say for us.
Am I still
Guess
under my
you-
conviction? Or whatever.
Your compulsion? Yes.
Yeah. Well, then I guess I will embrace him.
As you're all taken down below the deck and Lark begins the embrace, we will see if it's successful after your day sleep and what will happen in our next episode at the CWA Local 2001 office as you all slumber for the day. That is where we will end our session. Thank you all so much for being here, and we'll see you next time.